guys, Sam here, and welcome back to another episode of our Barcelona Career Mode series. Ladies and gentlemen, today we kick off things with a press conference. A few questions here for you today for the start of the month. Of course, in the next episode, we'll be holding another press conference. So if your question didn't get into this press conference, make sure you ask your question again or ask a different question, whatever you want to do, and maybe you'll have a chance of being in next month's press conference. So without further ado, let's get into the questions. Final asks, due to surrounding rumors, I think he means due to surrounding rumors, is it true you have been in talks with Lucas Digne and Andre Gomez? Now, remembering that all these answers are coming straight from Luis Enrique's mouth, he said at the moment we can't disclose anything about these two players and how far we are in negotiations with them, but he's interested in both players and he thinks both players are very, very talented, so Luis Enrique does have his eye on them. El Nino 19 asks Luis Enrique, Aguero seems to be in good form. Do you think he can win the Golden Boot this season? Sergio Aguero can definitely win the Golden Boot. He is such a talented player and he's been playing so well under the system with his wingers and with his midfielders. He's making room, he's creating chances and he's taking them as well. He's been finishing everything and he started off the season fantastically. So if he doesn't win the Golden Boot, we'd be very surprised. He is an extremely rare talent and we're happy to have him at Barcelona. And the last question comes from Felix Hansen and he asks Luis Enrique, are you going to make some signings in January? Right now we don't know what the market's going to look like in January. We don't know what players are available, who's happy where they are, but we will be keeping our eyes out in January. We'll be having our ear close to the ground, trying to listen to any rumors or murmurs that some people are potentially wanting to leave their club. People aren't happy at their club. We don't have specific targets in mind this January, but whatever comes up, we'll have our eyes on and we'll be monitoring players that seem unhappy at their clubs. But that's it for today's press conference, guys. A few quick questions for you guys. Nothing really too special in this press conference because we're going to be doing them every episode now. So I feel like less questions will allow you guys to ask more refreshing questions and we won't have the same repetitive ones over and over by having shorter press conferences. Let me know what you think about that. But that's it for today's press conference. As I said, let's get into today's episode. Right, and as I said at the press conference, we are at the start of the month, start of November here today. We'll be going through all of November, starting off with a home game against Midtjylland, a game that we're going to simulate. And as you can see, we did have 9 points out of a potential 9 points in the group. Midtjylland have 3, surprisingly, after beating Napoli. But as you can see, they've then suffered losses to ourselves and Benfica. The starting lineup here against Midtjylland at home is Kepa Arrizabalaga, Vidal, Martinez, Hernandez, Montoya, Busquets, Roberto, Camara, Teo, Aguero, and Denis Suarez. Arrizabalaga getting his first appearance in the Champions League. He did play a cup game in the last episode, which we simulated, but this should really be a very easy win against Midtjylland. Nothing too troubling, and it looks like we're going to get a 3-0 win with 10 minutes left to go. Teo completes his brace, and it's a brace for him and Sergio Aguero to make a 4-0 against Midtjylland and put us in even a better position to top this group. Our next game in today's episode is an away game against Levante, and as you can see, they sit in 5th position right now. Not bad for Levante, and they're sitting on 14 points. We're actually going to play this game because it is away, and it's a game that I think I'd like to play. I don't always want to play the best teams. I do want to play some of the lesser teams, I guess you could call them, and try and do our best against them as well. As you can see, Aguero has 11 goals in 9 La Liga games, so hopefully he can keep that up. He just scored 2 in the Champions League. But without further ado, let's take a look at the lineup that Luis Enrique is going to be putting out away at Levante. That is the starting lineup that Luis Enrique has opted for. Sergio Aguero up front with Douglas Costa on the left, Riyad Mahrez on the right, Halilovic and Rakitic with Busquets behind them. Jordi Alba, Lucas Hernandez, Samuel Umtiti and Bruno Perez make up a back four with Claudio Bravo in between the sticks. The only notable change is Javi Martinez not playing. He asked Luis Enrique to have the day off here today. He's played a lot of games. I don't think he's missed a game yet, other than maybe the cup game that we simmed last episode. Other than that, I believe he's played every single game. So he's getting a rest here today against Levante. We're playing 2 left-footed centre-backs. We'll see how that goes. And hopefully Lucas Hernandez and Samuel Umtiti can form a bit of a French partnership there. And hopefully they know each other's games well enough. But it should be 3 points here today. We don't know if Levante is going to give us any surprises, but it'll be exciting to see if they give us a good game or not. But without further ado, let's get into the game. Bruno Perez finds Riyad Mahrez. Riyad Mahrez trying to find Bruno Perez. Riyad Mahrez into Perez, into Rakitic, into Aguero, and what a start this is in the first 3 minutes. And guess who's assisted it? It's Ivan Rakitic. And guess who scored it? It's Sergio Aguero. That should be a bet right there. Barcelona with Rakitic to assist and Sergio Aguero to score. and for Barcelona to win. That should be odds right there, mate. They would be good bets to put on. What a pass, what a play there. It was Bruno Perez as well getting involved. Our fullbacks really do get involved. I feel like that's the difference going forward. Our fullbacks are there, they're helping out the attack, and Bruno Perez did well to really orchestrate that attack. Ivan Rakitic with the last pass into Sergio Aguero, who now has 12 goals in 9 La Liga games. Out wide to Sergio Aguero, found himself on the left-hand side. He's done this a few times this season, cutting in onto his right. Sergio Aguero trying to finish that, but the defender knew and he read it well. Busquets is going to try and keep this alive. Douglas Costa lays it off for Alen Halilovic. It's a free kick here for Levante. What can they do? Hopefully they don't have too many aerial threats. And it is Davison, or Divison, however you pronounce that, who's put it straight past Claudio Bravo. Just couldn't get down in time, I guess. The old Claudio Bravo is getting a little bit old. His knees are starting to buckle a little bit. It was a close header, a lot of power. I don't expect anybody to be saving that realistically, so I'm not too disappointed. 1-1, and Levante are going to give us an interesting game here. Can Ivan do the impossible? 43 yards. What can he do from 43 yards? Oh my word! Ivan Rakitic nearly did it. It's Ivan Rakitic again, this time 39 yards out. What is he going to do from 39 yards out? And again, Rakitic nearly did it, and Ruben with a good save. My word, Ivan Rakitic, look at that for a free kick. And that nearly found its way to the back of the net. What a save by the keeper. It's going to be Ivan to whip it in. Oh, Riyad Mahrez gets there. I was not expecting that. And Riyad Mahrez makes it 2-1 with a fantastic header. Keeper came out, thought he could claim it, but clearly he could not. How Riyad Mahrez won that header, I have no idea. I thought the defender had his number there, but obviously he didn't. And Riyad Mahrez has found the back of the net, 2-1. And we are back in the lead. Fantastic stuff from Riyad. And guess who assisted it? My man, Ivan Rakitic. Alen Halilovic into Rakitic. Rakitic out wide for Riyad Mahrez. He has room if he could beat his man. Can he? No. He just doesn't have the strength. Whoa. Don't freaking count Mahrez out just yet. He does have the strength. Just wait until he has that pass to Halilovic. Busquets into Halilovic. Halilovic can see that run of Sergio Aguero, and that's going to be 3-1, and a fantastic finish from Sergio Aguero. And the first goal that has not been assisted by Ivan Rakitic. But it's bound to be a Croatian either way. If it's not Rakitic, it's Halilovic, mate. First substitution of the day, and it's Cristian Tello coming on for Sergio Aguero in a striker position. I think Aguero deserves a rest. He's done a fantastic job here today, and Tello can play that striker position. So, Rakitic into Mahrez with some room. What can Riyad Mahrez do? He's found Cristian Tello. Has he? Yes, he has, and Tello's going to finish that. Impact player right there. I love Cristian Tello off the bench. And it's a fantastically worked goal, and we've made a 4-1, literally minutes after substituting Cristian Tello onto the pitch. He is just a fantastic impact player. Doesn't matter where you put him, right, left, or in the middle. Riyad Mahrez does well to find him. For some reason, he has the strength to outstrength the centre-back, and that's a fantastic finish as well. Great work from Cristian Tello. 4-1, and we've put this game to bed. Second substitution of the day, and it's Rakitic coming off after his hard work here today. Done a lot of work, Rakitic. He's a fantastic midfielder. We're bringing in Sergio Roberto for a bit of energy in the midfield, and hopefully we can close this game out in a 4-1 fashion. What can he do? Finds Halilovic. Alen Halilovic has Perez on the right. Perez back to Halilovic, and a good save by Ruben. Could have made it 5 right there. There it is, full time here at Levante, and it is a 4-1 win to FC Barcelona. They tried to make it interesting. They did get it back to 1-1, but we just got a couple of good goals in the end, and we just got the 3 points pretty easily, I'd say. I think we absolutely dominated Levante. I think their only shot was a goal, so a really good performance. And Sergio Aguero, that boy right there, that man getting 2 goals here today, and just increasing that lead on the Golden Boot race. Those are the final stats at the 90 minutes. It's 11 shots, 8 on target for us with 52% possession to Levante's 1 shot, 1 on target, 48% possession. They did get the goal off the only shot they had in the game, which I thought was what happened, but we still played fantastically, converted 50% of our shots on target into goals. That's another fantastic game, and we're just going to steamroll on through the month and hopefully play some fantastic football. And our third game of today's episode is a home game in the league against Real Sociedad. Quite a talented team, but we're at home and we are going to put some confidence in our players here. The starting lineup that Luis Enrique has put out is Claudio Bravo in between the sticks, Montoya, Martinez, Umtiti and Alba as a back 4, with Busquets, Rakitic and Rafinha in midfield, and it's Turan, Aguero and Denis Suarez up front against Real Sociedad. In the first half, looks like we're going to be winning a game that we should, I think, win. And Rafinha makes it 2. So it looks like we're going to secure 3 points. It's just a matter of how much. Navas brings one back, makes it 2-1. Sociedad going to make it interesting the last 5 minutes. No, Teo comes off the bench and scores himself a goal. It even works in the simulated games. He is an impact player, even in simulated games. Right, we got a few more monthly scout updates. So we brought a couple of players into the youth squad. I don't remember who exactly we brought in. I know that this guy's one of them, Estevão Vaz from Portugal, is a right back with a 58 rating right now and a 69 to 94 potential. This guy looks like the real deal right now. He looks really freaking good. 58 rated is pretty freaking good for a 16-year-old. So if he could maybe hit that 60 in a few months or so, that could be a potential decent right back right there that we could be playing, even though we have like 4 right backs. Javi Chavez is another one. He's currently 38 rated with a 67 to 93 potential. So hopefully he increases a little bit. I think Eduard Cardenas was one of them with a 75 to 94 potential. He is only 15 right now. And I believe Fernando Braga was the 4th player that we brought in. I think that was 4 of them. And I think this is the last one. He's a goalkeeper, 50 rated, 70 to 90 potential. Goalkeepers, they're pretty easy to get high up in overall, so I'm not really worried about his growth right now. But taking a look at some of the other ones, just so you guys can go through the full list, I'm going to go pretty slowly through all of them. You guys will have to go back to the other episodes to see how they've changed, because I don't know what they used to be at. But of course, some of the older ones like Simon Michel and Matias Blanco obviously will be pretty close to getting into the first team. But that's how it looks for now. Our youth squad is growing. Another game here in November. We have an away game here against SL Benfica in the Champions League away. And I believe this would be the game that confirms if we qualify first or not. If we can beat Benfica or even draw, we will confirm our qualifications. They have the top goal scorer right now, Jonas, with 7. Surely he has all of their goals. Okay, they've scored 8 goals and he scored 7 of them. So that's pretty freaking crazy. But we have a perfect record and we are playing some fantastic football. So we're going to play this game. We're going to see what lineup Luis Enrique puts out there. But with a 5-point lead, even a draw here confirms that we will be going through at the top of our table. But not many teams have qualified with a perfect record, so we would like to join that club of winning 6 out of 6 in the group stages and show our intention for this Champions League. I really didn't think we'd be fighting for Champions League this season, but we are playing some fantastic football. Obviously, if we come up against a really good team, we don't know how it's going to go, but right now, the way the team is playing, with the confidence that they have, we are playing some fantastic football. So let's take a look at the lineup that Luis Enrique has picked for this game away at Benfica. There's a starting lineup that Luis Enrique is putting out here against Benfica. It's the full strength team. So he's giving Benfica a little bit of respect here. Sergio Aguero up front with Costa and Mahrez on each wing. Halilovic and Rakitic with Busquets behind them. And then Alba, Umtiti, Martinez and Perez as a back forward. Claudio Bravo in between the sticks. Let's get into this game and let's hopefully continue this perfect record. And then we'll be 1 win away from qualifying with a perfect record in the group stages of the Champions League. Pretty fucking impressive if you ask me. Oh, Halilovic with an interception. Come on, Alan, don't screw this up. You got the run-in of Sergio Busquets, the center defensive midfielder. Benfica now looking for the opening goal. Martinez, that's a bit risky, and Bravo, for some reason, was all the way at the far post. Riyad Mahrez into Aguero. He finds Busquets. Busquets to Halilovic, and now there's room for Douglas Costa. He's had a quiet month so far, Costa. Oh my word, Douglas, don't do him like that! I'm done. I'm fucking done, mate. He could score 1 goal a month, but if it's that goal, I'm fine with that. That's fucking fantastic by Douglas Costa. Right, I think this is like the first free kick from this side for Ivan Rakitic. What can he do with it? He's going to go for it, but that one's too easy. We know that he has something special, but what is it? He's just going to run past everybody, and Cesar with a fantastic save. Rakitic, he's got room for Riyad Mahrez, and here we go. The counter-attack is on. Riyad Mahrez, nice touch, getting him into some space on his left. He's going to finish that every day of the week, and he bumps the player as well. Get out of his way, mate. And a good finish. Aguero just backs out of the way. All you Riyad. Belief, confidence in each other, and it's 2-0 here. Alright, Rakitic, I don't think we need to do a knuckle. I don't think we have to do a power free kick here. We're just going to loft that over the wall, and that's a fantastic free kick. And finally, Rakitic scores a free kick this month. That's his first one. Finally found the back of the net. I don't think one of those free kicks that we've taken, I believe we've taken 5 now this month in the 2 games that we've played. I think none of them have been off target, and he's finally been rewarded. Gonna run it pretty much, not gonna do anything fancy. That player's catching up pretty quickly, actually, so we might actually do something fancy, even though the Balassi flick is not the best thing to do. He finds Alen Halilovic on his weaker right foot, and Cesar plucks that one out of the air. Perez to Riyad Mahrez, back into Halilovic. He's going to try and get that over to Aguero, who's been taken down in the penalty box. Thank you very much, referee. Going to be Aguero, who's going to bury it. He won the penalty. He probably would have scored, and he's put it away 4-0 against Benfica. And Sergio Aguero has that final say here. And a double substitution, seeing as Aguero just scored, Teo's going to come on for him, and Halilovic is going to get a rest for Denis Suarez. Oh, what a kick. Cesar's coming out for that one. He's going to header it. Is someone running on? It's Denis Suarez who's going for it! Oh, it's wide. Fuck. Imagine that was on target. Denis Suarez. That would have been fucking incredible. There it is, full time here in Portugal, and it ends 4-0 to FC Barcelona. And we are now confirmed that we're going to qualify first in our group stages. Just one more win to make it a perfect 6 out of 6. Those are the stats at the end of the game. 10 shots, 10 on target. What a performance here today. Benfica picking themselves up 3 shots, 1 on target. They got 50% possession. They were playing okay. Honestly, they did challenge Bravo a few times. Some of their shots went wide. They got a little bit unfortunate, I would say, but I mean, we were so much better. There's not even a comparison. 10 shots, 10 on target. Fuck me. Still, we have games in November. It's not over yet, boys. Still another 2 games. Kicking it off here with an away game against Malaga. A game that we're going to simulate with our full-strength team. It's an away game. And I'm hoping the boys can pull through here. It's Claudio Bravo in between the sticks. Perez, Martinez, Umtiti, and Alba in the back 4. Busquets, Rakitic, Halilovic, Mahrez, Aguero, and Costa. Because it's the full-strength lineup. And it's Charles, who's put Malaga in front, and Camacho, who's put him up 2-0. Right, well, fuck me. I should not have simulated this game at all. What the fuck? Are you for real? 2-0. Come on, boys. 2-0. 2-1. 2-1. Oh, fuck you, EA. Right, but moving on from that loss, the final game in November is conveniently on the last day of November, and it's an away game here against Cordoba. Don't be surprised if we lose, judging by EA's logic, but it's Kepa Arrizabalaga in between the sticks with Vidal, Martinez, Hernandez, and Montoya making a back 4 with Busquets, Camara, and Sergio Roberto in midfield with Turan, Rodriguez, and Denis Suarez up front. Yes, I'm still salty about that loss, and as I said, don't be surprised if we lose these away games, because Cordoba are 2-0 up against us. That is EA's logic right there. Alex Vidal makes it 2-1, but I doubt we'll get anything out of this. Lucas Hernandez sent off. And coming up to the 90th minute, it's 2-1 to Cordoba, and we've been knocked out of the Copa de España. Away games can literally suck me off. That is how the table looks at the end of today's episode, including our loss. We now sit in second position behind Real Madrid, who are pretty much dominating right now. They haven't lost a game. 10 wins and 2 draws. Of course, they haven't scored as many goals as us, but their defense is slightly better and they haven't lost. That's the main point there. Fucking Malaga of all teams. Get fucked. But I'm not salty at all. I'm not salty. We're going to move on. We're going to get past this and we're going to beat Real Madrid. It's simple as that. When we come up, when it's head to head, we're going to beat them anyway. So we're going to get points on them anyway. They're going to lose eventually because they're going to lose to us. So I'm not too worried. Atletico Madrid. Can we please spare a thought for Atletico Madrid? I don't know what they're doing at that club, but they're in 14th position right now. Bilbao, no better. In 15th, Villarreal, no better. 16th. Those 3 teams you'd expect a little bit higher up the table, but we've got some overachievers in the likes of Deportivo La Coruña and Levante. I'd say are the 2 real overachievers there. You could even put Rayo Vallecano in there as well. But that is how today's episode ends, lads. Barcelona in second position. I'm actually not salty that we've lost, because eventually we have to lose, and even Barcelona in real life, sometimes they lose to a lesser opponent. So I'm not too salty about it. Real Madrid eventually is going to lose, so again, I'm not too salty about it, but that's the end of today's episode. Fuck Malaga. Fuck EA. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode, guys. Without further ado, I'm going to wrap it up. As I said before, I hope you did enjoy. I hope you had a good day. I'll see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real. And fuck Malaga. And fuck EA. And fuck everything. I'm fucking salty. I'm so fucking salty. We lost to fucking Malaga 2-1 with our full strength team. Fuck off.